everybody. This is Gail. Welcome to my channel tonight. I'm doing something a little different, so work with me here. Hey, we've got Zion, the service dog, in. Hi, Zion. How are you? Hey. So what I'm going to do differently, we're going to be giving away some cookies at church on Monday just to thank the line workers who've helped us so much with Hurricane Helene. So it's like utilities, nonprofit organizations, just really folks who have busted tails for us as this portion of Tennessee has been dealing with Hurricane Helene. So to say thank you, we're giving cookies on Monday, which means I have to bake them. And I also need to live stream. So I need to catch up with you all and bake. So I thought I would combine it and we'll just do a live stream on doing both. So yeah, I'm going to make some pizzelles. And I'm just... nothing special about the recipe. It's not like my grandmother's favorite recipe or anything, but it's one that I've used successfully. So I thought I would share that and we could kind of talk while I'm doing this. Of course, it's going to be kind of loud over the mixer, but just work with me. And it's a super, super basic recipe. And so we're just going to go ahead and get started with that. So it's 3 eggs. Usually I use large eggs. Some people use jumbo, but the bigger the egg, the more it's going to change your moisture content. So I just do 3 large eggs. 1, 2, 3. And a little piece of eggshell there. Got it? Let me grab this too. Well, if I can get it. There we go. So pizzelles cook on an iron. They don't cook in the oven. So just so you know that. So, all right, we've got that. Now I need to get a 3/4 cup of white sugar. That's over here. Oh, where'd it go? Here it is. Right behind me, you know. I tell you, there are some days, if my head wasn't fastened on, I would lose it. Okay, so 3/4 cup of sugar. Just to make life easier, I tend to keep a 1/4 cup measuring cup in my sugar bags during baking season, which is now. Always Christmas, right? So, let's put that right there. So then what I do there is I just kind of put all of these ingredients together, mix them up until they're just light and fluffy. This will take a couple of minutes. So yeah, here we go. For this, I like using a hand mixer. So this is similar to a pancake mix recipe. Not something I would do in the band camper, but I guess you could if you had a Pizzelle iron. Oh yeah. Turn it up there, see if that'll help. So we were trying to think of what we could do to say thank you to everybody for helping out during Hurricane Helene. And we thought maybe cookies. And we're going to bag these. And actually, Valerie Reese is coming tomorrow. So we're going to get together in the church kitchen and bag these up. And my husband and a couple of other people are going to be delivering them. So hopefully, the line workers will be able to have something really nice. Gosh, this has been just a tumultuous time period. Now, next week, we're going to be getting ready. We'll be setting up for the toy giveaway next week. And we're going to be actually distributing those on Sunday. So I'm going to get some footage for you of that. Okay. Wrong way, Morgan. So these are kind of light and fluffy. There you go. Let me see if you can. Actually, I'm going to mix them up another minute. All right. So that's just the eggs and the sugar. And next thing we're going to be adding in is the flour. I've already measured it. I've got 1¼ cups of all-purpose flour. And to that, come on, sit up. There we go. And to the flour, I'm going to add a mixer that won't stand up. There we go. So to that, I am going to add the baking powder, which is 1½ teaspoons of baking powder. I'm going to sift that together for the most part. Oops. It's got a handle. I'm just going to tap it. I think that works a little faster. I just want to make sure that my baking soda is incorporated well into the flour and that all the lumps are out. So that's enough to get it started. I'm actually just going to cheat and dump the rest of it in. Mix it back up. Usually I mix this a little bit together. All right, so I'm not really doing anything fancy here. I'm just kind of basically using the mixer to whisk it together for a minute there. There we go. Next up, I'm going to add the ½ cup of oil. Mixing that all in. Yeah, we're getting it. Now we need to add our flavorings. What we're going to be using this time is anise or anise, depending on how you want to pronounce it. I've always heard anise, but do it whatever you want to. It's a free country, right? So, anise. There you go. And we're going to have to add the vanilla. Always use a good vanilla, okay? Cardinal rule of baking. Always use quality ingredients because you will taste it in your food and so will other people. So, buy the best you can afford on the ingredients, okay? It makes a big difference. Set these over here. And we'll mix those for another minute. There we go. So we're just getting kind of started with this. All right, so this is thicker than I want to see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some oil. This is way thicker. It's not really coming off like I would like to see it. So I'm just going to add a touch more oil. Where did I put it? Over here. Tiny little bit at a time, tiny bit. So we're just going to do like a teaspoon here. If you add water, here's what's going to happen. Water and oil doesn't work, right? They don't mix. So if you add water to something that you're going to rely on that's going to be kind of an oil base like this, then you're not going to get the mixing. Keep in mind, I'm not a professional baker. I'm just a grandma. Speaking of which, New Horizons Above and Beyond. Hi, everyone new here to this chat. How's everyone doing? That they love to bake stuff. Awesome. There we go. There we go. There we go. Here we go. Okay, so this is quite a bit thinner. You can see it coming off there. So, New Horizons, it's good to see you. Normally, I don't do anything on baking. I might use my mini griddle and show some recipes for that. But I'm glad to have you with us. I hope you'll stick around. And I have to tell you all, I got so mad today. I don't get really mad too often, which is a good thing, right? Today was over the top. Let me move the mixer here. Yeah, I'm going to tell you all about it because you're going to want to hear this one. Because when you all hear why I was mad, you're going to get mad. And then we're going to be all indignant together. I'm mad on behalf of other people, and that's when I tend to get really angry. So, all right, the Pizzelle iron. You have to use a Pizzelle iron to make pizzelles. It's just how it is. They're not pizzelles if you're not using an iron. So we're going to plug this in, and we're going to heat it up. But the upsettedness of today has a happy ending. I love happy endings. How about you all? Let's see. Maureen's here. She says she baked fruit nut bread, a family recipe over 200 years old. That is fabulous. That's awesome. Okay, so we're going to let this heat up a few minutes, and I'm going to tell you all what happened to me today because it happened to you all. It happened to everybody who supported this channel with the toy giveaway. I'm going to sit right here. And we're just going to wait for the Pizzelle iron to heat up. So today I get this text last night. Somebody ordered toys for us for the toy giveaway for the Hurricane Helene victims that are here in my portion of East Tennessee. So wonderful thing. Let me just tip this just a little bit. There we go. I got the message that they had been delivered, right? So I get all excited, but they came in yesterday. I got the message like late last night, or when I looked at my phone, it was late. So I went down there when I got it, and sure enough, I get there and the toys are gone. The whole entire stack of toys. I was so mad because there is somebody out there who some meat brain decided that they would just help themselves to whatever was in those boxes. And I really hope they have to sometime be faced with having to tell some child they didn't get Christmas because somebody stole their stuff. But so mad. Rolling back the security camera did not help. So upset about that. So I'm like, oh my gosh. And I hated having to call the person who donated them and say, guess what? I was so upset. So I'm like, what do we do? And we ran around we were checking security cameras, trying to call anybody that we could think of that might have come by the church, that could have picked them up, that maybe saw the boxes and put them somewhere else, in the fellowship hall, the office, anywhere else. And could not come up with any answers. So I told the person who donated them. I'm just like, this has never happened before. And I hope it doesn't happen again. And I'm like, I feel so terrible. So I contacted Amazon. Would you all believe, okay, Amazon was like, don't worry about it. We'll replace it. And I'm like, but these are kids' Christmas. I mean, I have got to have these packages. And they're like, don't worry about it. We're going to replace it. And by golly, about 10 minutes after I got off of live chat with Amazon, I get this tracking number, and they have reissued not reissued, but replaced all of the toys that was in this order. They are on their way, and they will be here Wednesday. So big shout out to Amazon for that. But I could not believe that somebody would do that. It's like, why? You're in a hurricane hit area. You know your neighbors are hurting. You know you're possibly hurting. Like, why would you do that? There are places that are giving things out for free. So if you need gasoline to run your generator, if you're still on a generator, or if you need propane to run your propane heater, or if you need a heater, or if you need food, there are those out. You can do that. There's places out there. Our church is one of them that will help you with things like that. Don't freaking go around and steal somebody else's joy just because you just think it's cute, or you're wanting to sell something and on the internet and make a fast buck. Because I got to tell you, that is not cool. So what I am doing, I am watching Facebook Marketplace. And I am going to keep an eye out for those toys. And I have messaged the donor, and hopefully, she will let me put out, these are the items that were having to be replaced, and see if she'll let me state what those items are, and put it out on Facebook and say, hey, if you see these up for sale, do not buy them. They might be hot. That's the only thing I can think of, because I was so furious. Because, like, why? Why would you even do that? I mean, because there's so many places. Like, if you need food, we can get food. Like I said, if you need gasoline, we can get you some gasoline. Propane, we can get you some propane. Just don't steal things from kids. Don't be the freaking Grinch and steal things like this, because, like, who wants to be the person that goes and tells little Johnny or little Janie, you can't have Christmas anymore because the Grinch done come and stole it? So it's like, and I hate taking up this time to vent, but I'm just so mad. And I want my channel to be like a happy place, a happy channel. I want to do happy things. I want everybody to be happy. Forget this, like, that stuff. So, but the thing is, Amazon, phenomenal. Now, who would expect Amazon to be phenomenal about that, So, yeah. Oh, no. Checking account was compromised on Wednesday and someone stole from us. Oh, no. I wish we could meet the hackers because they are thieves. That's awful. And hi, Peter. Welcome. Peter Parker's in the house. So, welcome. I guess obnoxious people are everywhere these days. I could not believe that. Hold on a second. Move these things. Let me get this ready. Oh, and by the way, you all, put this in a squeeze bottle. It makes life so much easier. Kind of like if you're doing that fried dough from the fair, funnel cakes. If you put your funnel cakes in a squeeze tube, if you're making them at home, it works so much easier. All right. Which little hint, in case you want a hint, you can also use this same mix and fry it up and have funnel cakes. You can use the same mix. Just saying. And Peter Parker saying Merry Christmas. So, Merry Christmas, Peter. I was just like, who would have thought that Amazon would be willing and able, I guess, the ability of each individual person at Amazon, I wouldn't think would be high enough up the food chain to be able to just say, hey, we're going to replace this. I just never expected, your average Amazon employee to have kind of capability, because some companies don't let their employees do things like make customers happy. But this one, no problem. Yeah. So, oh, my goodness. I have to get my tongs. In a perfect world, I would not be distracted. Ciao, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Hello.
Hubby's in.
Hello, YouTube.
Merry Christmas, Peter, and all fans of Gales. Yay!
Merry Christmas, Peter.
Did you hear about the drones flying around? Yeah, I did. We don't have any. None of them have been flying over here that I know. We have so many people who would love it if a drone flew over their house, because they are just looking for a good reason to get with Browning and just hang out together and have some fun. I'll just say that. Oh, spray. Oh, you decided to wake up since Dad's home now, huh? Okay. So, the Pizzelle iron, you got to spray it at least the first couple of times that you do it. Hey. Yeah, somebody, are you glad Daddy's home? Are you? Daddy, come here. I'm going to make you do, not you. Dad, can you tip the screen down just a little bit?
Sure.
Yeah, you see where your beard's getting cut off. Just tip it down. Santa came early, LOL. Just walk in the door. Okay. Actually, I posted something on Santa's Facebook page that he is apparently not seeing. It's a Christmas tree ornament of a service dog. So, posted it on his Facebook page, and he has not seen it. Okay, so you got to spray your Pizzelle iron. Make sure you get it all in there really good. If you don't, it's going to stick. I guess I should have shown you the iron first. That didn't occur to me. And grab it. So your Pizzelle iron is like a snowflake, and it closes just like you would a waffle maker or a clamshell. It closes up. And you just want to give that a minute to heat up. And then when you open it up, I'm going to hold it up first when I do. You just simply put this in a little bit, not quite center, but a little bit toward the back of the machine from center, because you're going to be pushing the dough forward, the batter forward just a little bit. And if you don't put it slightly off center toward the back a little bit, it spreads out and you don't get your pattern evenly. And sometimes even is relative, so wait a minute. Let's see. Oh, we live in north central PA, and yes, we are seeing sightings of drones. Yeah, we haven't had drones. I can't even get mine out and fly it. Supposedly it's against the town ordinance. So I have it still sitting in the box in the other room. I think the reason it's an ordinance is because we're close to a couple of national forests, and the National Forest Service gets really picky about drone flight. So you can't do that. But yeah. So anyway, as far as the toy drive goes, Maureen, thank you very much to Maureen, who's here. Want to say big Tom's fan. You guys are both amazing. Lori, who's donated, Grandma Lynn, who's donated. You all are making this possible, and I thank you. I still need toys, but it's going better. I'm in the, oh my God, I don't have enough toys, turkeys, time, cookies, anything right now kind of, frame of mind. So I'm trying not to panic. Oh, and I'm burning the pizzelles. Yes, I just flat burnt these. Let me get, as in they are brown and smoking, burned. Yes, not what you want to see. So I'm going to try this again. My husband is not going to let me live this down. Oh, and another thing, if you guys are bakers, if you don't have a squeeze bottle, you can use a piping bag or a spoon. You could use a spoon. Spoons are good. I'm going to set the let me get a paper towel and get rid of these pizzelles. Oh, my stars. Okay. Yeah, not good. So we're just going to kind of ignore those, pretend they never happened. We'll just keep that between us and the other 2 or 3 people who will come and watch the live stream. Okay. Just another few seconds there. Okay, so my pizzelles have all stuck together. So that's okay. Once they get cool, we'll cut them apart then. Nothing happens until they cool. They sit right there. Oh, that extra little bit of oil too that I put, sometimes you don't have to do that. It kind of depends on how much moisture is in the air. We're here in this portion of Tennessee. It's a little dry right now, so I had to add the oil. A lot of times you don't have to. It just kind of all depends. With the heat running, it tends to dehydrate the air. So that tends, even though you're working with your batter, that also tends to affect the thickness of your batter. So generally, the hotter it is and the drier it is, you may need to add some moisture, which in this case is oil. If it was in spring and the rainy season and it was raining outside, you wouldn't have to necessarily add it. So anytime you're cooking, whatever you're cooking, whatever you're baking, you always kind of want to keep in mind what's going on with the weather, because you may have to adjust the recipe just slightly to accommodate that. Altitude, if you're in a high altitude area, you already know what I'm talking about. There we go. Here we go. And these take less than a minute to cook, and I am running my mouth entirely too much. Okay. Oh, no, I'm not. But these are really easy to cook and to make. You just have to have the Pizzelle iron. Super thin. And what they're going to do is they're going to crisp up as they cool. And since it's dry, we're in an even better shape for cooking and eating and crisping up, because humidity also, impacts that. 8:35. Let's see. Yeah, but I was so happy that Amazon was able and willing to help. I just couldn't see straight. Okay, on these pizzelles, you might be able to hear them hear the crispness. Or was I too far away? There you go. They're light. They taste good. These are delicious. They are fragile. You do want to keep that in mind. So yeah, that's kind of where we are. Woo! And you have to work pretty fast. When your dough is thin, you want to work really fast. Because if you don't, then you're going to have burnt pizzelle everywhere. So when you pull the lid, pull the pizzelle just as quick as you can. So right now I'm going to estimate, going back to the update, I am going to estimate that we probably have Christmas for about 50 kids. And that number is going to change. So I'm really looking forward to doing a video later and show you all how we are on toys, because it's going to change a lot between now and Saturday. Valerie Reese is coming. She's going to help me pack up cookies, and we are going to go shopping after that. And Maureen, we're going to get some toys with a donation that you sent, and we are just going to have a shopping blast. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to the giveaway. I'm really nervous. I hope this goes well. It's not something we've done before. Aha. I keep opening the lid, and when I do, it cools off really a lot. So we're going to have cookies for people to munch on at the giveaway, and we're going to have some cookies for them to take home. Because you got the whole Santa Claus thing, and I don't know about you all, but I grew up hearing stories from friends whose families would put out cookies on Christmas Eve for Santa, and that was a really big deal. Now, we never did that. When I was a kid, yeah, I didn't have great Christmases when I was a kid. I'm having them now, though. Whoops. Making up for lost time. And I did see to it that my kids had good Christmases. So we're going to make sure that the families have cookies to take home to put out for Santa when they come. Now, if the cookies don't last until they get home, I'm not responsible for that. We're just giving out the cookies. There's just something nice about having a homemade cookie. And for some of you all who are listening to this, especially like Maureen, you probably already know, if you're in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, I can't talk right now. With you being up there, cookie tables are part of your tradition in that area. Not so much here. We're still kind of working on introducing them to the concept, but we're getting there. This is going to help. But we're going to have some cookies out that they can go through and pick out whatever bag they want to. We're just not going to just hand them out. They're going to get to pick out what they want by bag. They're already bagged up. And Maureen says, yes, a video would be great. I'm looking forward to it. Woo! I may have to get another cookie rack out. I think my husband ignored me on that one. All right. So a little, as you can tell, a little of the batter goes a long, long, long way on making pizzelles. And I'm hoping that this will be something that they really like, but we'll see. Because the pizzelles are kind of new to this area too. You can buy them in the store, but like the whole idea of having homemade pizzelles doesn't really, it's not a thing here. So I'm going to try to change that. So many things I want to change. So many things. And Maureen says, yes, we love cookie swaps and cookie bags. So there you go. I think the whole origin of the cookie table started out in PA and then kind of spread like throughout like the Northeast, and it's kind of slowly filtering its way across. Slow. Good history though. But yeah, we're going to introduce them to that because there is just kind of a simple happiness, I think, that homemade cookies brings. Whoops, whoops, whoops. I need to give that more time. Oh, you like the vanilla pizzelles? I've got, you saw me put anise in here, or anise, however you would like to pronounce it. I've always said anise. But there's vanilla in here too. Aha, here we go. And some people get really fancy with them. They can, put the pizzelles over like a bowl and have like a bowl-shaped pizzelle when it cools off. I've never done that. Oops. All right. So, all right, you all, I just kind of wanted to touch base with you all tonight and let you know where we are in the grand scheme of toys. Also, we're doing turkeys, and I have, right now, I have 28 turkeys on reserve, which is not a lot. I have a feeling that number is going to go way, way up. So we'll have that. And I'll let you know what all the final totals are, after the giveaway next weekend. I was able to get a local store to promise me that I could get turkeys at the sale price of what the sale is right now, which is 99 cents a pound. So it's not fabulous, but it's not terrible. And I said, so because I'm pre-ordering, I want the sale price if it goes up and the new sale price if it goes down. And he's like, we can do that. So that's what we're going to do. So we'll have the turkeys, the toys, the cookies, and I think Valerie Reese is bringing some socks with her, maybe 100, 200 pairs, something like that. You never know for sure with Valerie how many she's bringing. So we shall see. But you all go and have a great night. And I'm trying to get some videos done. I'm behind on a couple of things. So I'm trying to get them done just as quickly as I can. Still trying to get caught up. Just saying. But I'm getting there. So you all go off and have a great week. And I'll see you, videos this week and then next week. So you all take care and see you Saturday. Okay, good night. Let's see here. Oh, there it is. Good night.